Good morning and welcome
to
Succah Daf.
Daf your test.
Shmuel, you're on the ball. Got it right. What do you got in there? Some coffee?
Coffee.
Which coffee do you prefer?
Which coffee?
What coffee are you
I
drinking?
don't know what coffee it is.
There's a lot of choices in the coffee room. Which one did you go for?
It's called the Rome or one of these names. What is it called?
The elite one?
No, it has it's a gold
The
cup.
gold cover?
What it is?
It's called
They have a few.
barista.
Yeah, something like that, right?
It's there's two different types of coffee beans. You know about this? Robusta and Arabica.
Yeah.
You know about this or you don't know about this?
I can't say that I knew about it. No.
Almost 100% of the coffee comes from these two beans. I think Arabica is 60% and Robusta is about 40%.
And what's the what's the difference between the two?
It's different in taste. Arabica is I think a lighter taste. Robusta is more of a deeper taste. I think Starbucks serves Robusta. I don't know. Not sure they have both.
There's a guy here in the Rosh Kotel. You ever see? His father was a big coffee drinker, so the Ilay Nishmas, the father, he brings to the Kotel a red machine that makes coffee. You know, you put a little.
The capsules, yeah, the Nespresso machines, Keurig machines.
Yeah, it comes. You buy in the store. It has this. According to the strength, is 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3,
That's where espresso coffee is. You drink espresso?
Was very strong.
Very strong coffee, yeah. It's very
I think
concentrated.
I bought one in IKEA, and I think I was up the whole night.
It's very strong coffee. My wife bought me an espresso machine for my first birthday when we were married. She thought I would like it, but it was just it tasted really good. It was just so strong, you know?
Right, yeah.
It gives you a headache, so.
Yeah, it's a little cup, right?
I made a video about that, you know?
Did you?
Espresso or instant coffee? Which one do you go with?
Well,
I have an espresso machine, fancy espresso machine, or instant coffee,
freeze-dried
coffee.
Right.
All right, the ones they have in the coffee room.
Right. Which
one is better?
Oh,
which one did you think I picked at the end?
The espresso.
I just told you the espresso wasn't good. It gives you a headache. You should have known. I told you. I gave you the hint away. No, I picked the instant coffee. Instant coffee is better. It's better than the fancy espresso machine. Even though espresso is fresh coffee.
What did you do? People chased it? It's like did a Pepsi, one of these.
No, I just tried it. I had a short video. I was tasting both coffees.
Oh, it was just you and the coffee
Just me and the coffee machine, yeah. You have to see my videos, Shmuel. You haven't seen the full array. All right.
It's a big business in the internet to test products and things. Maybe you have
Yeah, there's like a guy. There's a kid on YouTube. I think he's the richest YouTuber. He makes like $20 million a year. He rates toys. He talks about toys and he rates toys. I don't know, maybe 10 years old, 11 years old. I don't know how old the kid is. A rich kid. Prodigy.
Really, is he?
Yeah, there's really a guy like that.
This could be a regular kid. If it wouldn't be for YouTube, he'd be a regular kid. Normal life. Now he's going to be
a millionaire the rest of his life. A billionaire. He invests, I'll be a billionaire.
So. Look, a lot of these kids have a difficult time.
You're right. They spend too much money on candy, right? Lollipops.
I don't know. They just don't have a normal life. You go to a school, regular school, everybody, their personalities, and they have to have people with them. People are always making, we have these crazy, what do you call
entourage.
These flappies, all these people that are, what do you call these?
Entourage? People follow you around for your money?
Around, all these pictures, they take pictures.
Sure, remember when you were younger and your science project went viral?
That's right, it went viral. The teacher was sick for 2 weeks, so I got into trouble.
He put his science project on YouTube and
I told him to take a bite.
There was no YouTube.
I didn't know it was really that lethal.
Do you know when YouTube was invented?
YouTube?
Yeah.
When it was invented, it just came around. It didn't. It just evolved.
No, it was started.
Like the world. It was an evolution.
No, it started in either it was 2005, 2007.
I remember YouTube at the beginning.
2005, I think.
It was the silliest thing in the world at the beginning.
One of the founders was actually Jewish. You know that?
Really?
Yeah. What was the first video on YouTube? Where were they?
First video? You got no idea.
The zoo. Yeah, the zoo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You can still see it?
Sure. Probably billions of views. I don't know.
Oh boy.
All right, we have to start. Yilchem is the bottom. The Gemara says, we're trying to say the machlokes Abaye and Rava, whether you say pitik or yord v'sosim, whether the top of your roof you can extend downwards to say good achis, is a machlokes between Rav and Shmuel. Same machlokes Rav and Shmuel by carrying on Shabbos. If you have achsadra b'bika, if you have a pavilion, it has a roof and 4 posts, but it doesn't have any walls, do you extend the walls down or not? So Rav says you can carry, and Shmuel says we don't say pitak yord v'sosim. So I want to say the machlokes Abaye and Rava is the same machlokes Rav and Shmuel. So the Gemara says no. Aliba the Shmuel kuli amalo pligi. According to Shmuel, everyone does. There's no disagreement. Everyone by Hilchos Shabbos would say like Shmuel. Rav and Abaye would say like Shmuel that we don't say pitak yord v'sosim. Ki pligi aliba the Rav. Abaye would argue according to Rav. Abaye Rav. Abaye seemingly makes sense according to Rav. Because Rav says pitak yord v'sosim Hilchos Shabbos. So he would say the same thing with Hilchos Sukkah. The Rava Amar Lecha, Rava would say, Ad kam Amar Rav Hasam Ela de Mechitzos LaAchsadra Hu Davidi. There, in the case of Achsadra B'Bika, in the middle of the field, so the walls are made for what's inside. Aval Hacha de Lav Lahachi Avidi. But here, we're talking about a courtyard where you have an overhang coming out. So the walls were not made for, were made for the inside, not for the outside. So therefore, right, it's made to cover the inside. So therefore, maybe you wouldn't say pitak yord v'sosim. So therefore, you would say even Rav would be moda. Rav would say even Rav would be moda. In my case, he wouldn't say pitak. By Sukkah, he wouldn't say pitak yord v'sosim.
It's just a location thing. It depends where it is.
What's the point of the walls? Meaning. All right. Now we have a question from our Mishnah. Our case in our Mishnah, right? We have this overhang in the courtyard. My name of pitak yord v'sosim. According to Abaye, we say pitak yord v'sosim. Why does the Gemara say you have to be less than 4 tefachim in order to say tilfan akuma? So the Gemara says tirgam Rav ali with Abaye k'shehishves kiruya 4 amos. Tilfan akuma is a din of 4 amos. The Gemara says tirgam Rav ali with Abaye k'shehishves kiruya. The case in the Mishnah, you can't say pitak yord v'sosim over there, is because you make the Succah parallel to the overhang. So therefore, there's no roof to extend it down. There's no noticeable roof. If you put the Succah on top of the overhang, so you can say, oh, you have a piece of the overhang underneath the Succah, so you can make the wall down. But if it's exactly parallel to it, so there's no recognizable wall, you can't say pitak yord v'sosim. The Surah Masila Hashmaisa B'Hailishna. The Pudisa Masni and Pudisa, they taught it differently. Sicha Gabi Achsadra Shein Lapsimin Divrei Kol Psula. Abaye and Rava would both agree that there's no beams coming down in the Achsadra. From the Achsadra, everyone agrees it's possible. Yesh Lapsimin Abaye Mark Shei Rava Mar Psula. If it has poles or beams coming down, which the beams are less than 3 tefachim from each other. So Abaye says kasher. Rava says psul. Abaye Mark Shei Amrin and love it. You'd say love it because less than 3 tefachim is love it, and he makes the walls. Rava Amar psula. Lo Amrin and love it. We don't say love it because again, these walls are really made for inside and not for outside.
So let it be the inside. What difference?
Because they're not made. It depends what they're made for. Rashi explains that Hilchos says love it is only lachem l'mashmisine. So maybe we can say only lachem l'mashmisine applies for mechitzos that are made for what you're using it for. To say mechitzos. We make mechitzos for something that is not really what it's supposed to be for.
It's not
right?
the intended purpose.
It's not the intended purpose, so maybe we wouldn't say that. Anyway, the Gemara paskins. Hilchasa Kalish Nakama. Hilchasa Kalish Nakama, that is either Machlokes is when Shein Lapsimin. If there's Yesh Lapsimin, everyone agreed that you would say love. Rav Ashi Ashkel Rav Kahana, the Kamisach Gabe Sadra Shein Lapsimin. He found him putting schach on this overhang that doesn't have beams coming down. Amarle lo sarva lamarad amar Rava yesh lapsimin shira ein lapsimin psula. Rava says only if there's psimin you can say love it if there's no psimin. So you don't say it. We don't say pitak yord v'sosim. Achvile nira bachutz v'shav mifnim. He takes out.
He skipped the line.
The article says that it's near from Rashi, the Rosh and Tosaf, so they're not gores. This first line because it doesn't really make sense. You'll see in a second. The Gemara only quotes one case.
Okay.
So I'm skipping a line. Nira b'chutz v'shav mifnim. The case is you can see the picture over here they put in the Gemara is that your achsadra, the overhang is over there, and therefore you only have 2 walls of the sukkah, but the third wall is coming. There's a third wall. There's a tefach sochik. Like we said, a tefach sochik could be over for a third wall. It's just not coming inside the sukkah. It's coming from out of the sukkah. So therefore, it has the itmar, like the Gemara says, near b'chutz shabbat mifnim nidam mishum lechi. By Hilchos Shabbos, it's called a lechi, even though the lechi is outside the interior of your mavoi. It's on the outside. The lechi hainu psim, and lechi is the same din of psim in the gabi sukkah, and therefore it would be like a tavach sochek. It would be like your third wall.
Really?
Tana.
That's the halacha.
That is the halacha. There is near b'chutz shabbat mifnim is a halacha. You agree with that halacha, Shmuel?
Yes. I am.
You're paskin that if you were a rabbi,
that halacha.
if you were a rabbi and someone came to you and they had this picture, they showed you their sukkah and it looked like this picture, what would you do?
I would have thought it's like just.
You would parcel the sukkah, right?
I would have.
Yeah, you should parcel it. There's always you would parcel it or you're not
I
sure?
would parcel it.
Why? But the Gemara says it's kosher.
I know it is. Well, now I know that it's.
So now you know you would kosher, or you still be mistubak? You'd ask a raw.
No one's asking me these questions, so the whole thing is pointless.
Why do you think we want to ask? Do you have smicha?
No, I don't have smicha. I tried to get smicha.
What happened?
Let's not talk about it. It's a sore topic.
Is that like your college experience?
Yeah. Exactly.
I personally also try to get smicha. I try to get smicha from my Belsky.
Oh yeah.
From Torah V'das.
Yeah, I also did.
It didn't work out. I was not successful in my studies. I don't know. I felt like I couldn't retain anything. All these Prati Dinim about Basar V'chala, the meat, the drop of meat, the drop of milk.
I started in different smicha programs and different with Rapelski and
you did Rapelski also?
Palm.
Palm also.
Whatever, and then he was nifter and everything got, I don't know.
So you also Torah V'das?
I learned Torah V'das.
So I learned Torah V'das also.
You did?
Yeah.
I guess we did.
We didn't overlap, I guess, but or Palm, I wasn't alive when I was there. You grew up in Torah? Where did you go? High school Torah V'das?
No. This
matters. Torah V'das.
Okay, let's continue on.
Sore topics for me and for him. Actually, it's not so sore for me. I'm kind of happy I'm not a rabbi. Everyone call me rabbi. I get insulted when people call me rabbi. You know, the taxi drivers, tzaddik. They call you tzaddik. They call you rabbi. It's patronizing, derogatory. I don't like it. All right.
Welcome to Israel. Okay.
No, I don't like people call me rabbi. You like people call you rabbi? It's an insult. People use it as derogatory. Even from people, they use it. Hey, rabbi, come over here. Like you're acting so from.
That's what you think?
It's derogatory. Yeah. It's an insult. All right. It is. Tana, Pesal Yotzim in a sukkah, Nidon Sukkah. Let's say you have Succah that's coming out from the sukkah is judged like a sukkah. So the Gemara is going to discuss what this means. My Pesal Yotzim in a sukkah. Amar Ula, Kanim Yotzim Lacharei Sukkah. Let's say you build a sukkah. And you have the bamboo shoots coming out on the back of the sukkah, from the back. Habayina and Shalosh Fanos. You need 3 walls. There's no walls behind the sukkah. With Ika, you have 2 other walls there. Habayina and a Hechsher sukkah. You need 7 by 7 tefach. Medika, we're talking about there is. So you need the schach to be more shade than sunlight. The Gemara says Medika, we have that. What's the chiddush? The sukkah was made for the inside and not for outside, not for behind it. Amalo shouldn't be a good sukkah. Kamashman, it's still a good sukkah. Rav Yosef have a different shot. They're actually extending past where the wall is. Not behind it, but keeps on going. There's only one wall with the extra stock. The extension of the wall doesn't have extra sukkah. It doesn't have 3 walls. It only has 1 wall. Kamash Malan, it's still considered part of the sukkah, and you could probably sleep under that.
You could just like make a wall, just 300 feet down, and
right. Sounds like that. It's amazing, yeah.
Oh, I mean, you could extend your sukkah.
You gonna build a sukkah like that?
No, you could build a little sukkah, 7 by 7, and just make a wall,
right?
Down the whole driveway, and say, okay, here's my sukkah. Where's your sukkah? That, what? Where is it? Okay.
Probably not so private, but okay.
I don't know. We have to look in the halacha. It's a little bit.
You'd answer this one also.
Yeah.
All right. Rabbi Chana, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, let's check out the sukkah. Sharuba, Silsa Meruba Mechamasa, Miyuta Chamasa Meruba mitzilsa. There's a small portion of the sukkah where there's more sunlight than shade. This small amount of schach should pass the rest of the sukkah. Kamash malan, it's okay, and we go bust a rove, and therefore the whole sukkah is share. My yotze. What does it mean yotze? Sorry, yotze min sukkah. It's nothing to do with coming out of the sukkah. Yotze mehashar sukkah. It removes. It goes out from what normally is kosher in a sukkah.
Pshat, but we don't learn. It doesn't.
No, I think the Rosh Passan's like all of these. Rabbi Oshi Amar, yeah, don't worry. I know my stuff.
Rabbi Oshi Amar.
I know how to pass on the kula. You ask me the kula, you pass on, I'll pass on the kula. Don't worry, you can rely on me for kulas. All right, Rabbi Shai Amar.
You don't want to be a rabbi now. You want to be a paisa.
Listen, if you're looking for a kula, come to me. I'll figure out a way to make it happen. Listen, you talk to the right rabbanim. I have the insight. There's this guy that's working for me to get me a passport for my son. I'm supposed to go in a week from tomorrow to America. And I'm paying $900 to get me an expedited passport for my son, who was born 7 months ago. So he works with people. There's no appointments available. He works with people. They have the connections. I'll get you connections for a kula. I'll take care of you. Just give me a couple $100, all right? All right. Oshi Amar, talking about you have a small sukkah, Zion by Zion, 7 tefachim by 7 tefachim, and part of the sukkah, less than 3 tefachim, is chach pasel. My yotze mitara sukkah. It goes out from what normally is a kosher sukkah. Maskiv la Rabbi Yoshaya lo yehi ela avir. Let it be. Why do you have to say it's pasel schach? Just let it be empty space. Other pakim shlosh tefachim b'sukkah katana mi pasel. Doesn't pasel sukkah. That's 3 tefachim. Amalei Rabbi Abba zem and star v'yishem takta zem and star v'enim shem takta. There is a difference. If it's pasel schach, then you can actually sleep under it. If it's airspace, you can't sleep under it. Mika midi tzarufim mitzdarev v'atzmoino kosher. Is there something which can actually combine to form good 7 by 7 tefachim of good schach? It itself is not kosher. There is such a precedent for this. Let's say you have mud, right? You only have 39 saw of water from mikvah, and you have 1 saw of muddy liquid or mud, right? So you could add it. It combines to form 40 saw. But if you have 40 saw of mud and you're tovel, that's not a good tevilah. But if you combine it, it is a good tevilah. How that works, I'm not sure exactly, but okay. Mishnah. How is this a koso kamin strip or something called a koso? You have a conical sukkah, like a cone, where it doesn't really have a roof, or you lean your schach against the wall to make a wall and roof at the same time. Those are postal. Nishayin lagar. It says there's no gag, there's no schach here. Chum say the wall is considered schach. Tana Moda Rebbe, the Gemara says Moda Rebbe Lezer Shim Hegvia Min Akarka Tefach Shefliga Min Akosel Tefach Sheik Shera. If he picked up the wall, by the slanted schach at Tefach, he raised it off the floor at Tefach, or he put a space of a Tefach between the wall and the slanted schach, that would be Shera, because then we know for sure that the slanted thing is your schach or your wall. What's the reason of the Rabbanan? Shipui olim ka olim damu. Say slanted roofs is considered a roof. Abaye ashkechei, that's why it's kosher. Abaye ashkechei Rav Yosef the Kaganim B'kilas Chasanim B'Sukkah. He was sleeping in one of these beds with a vertical canopy, a V-shaped canopy.
This is a real Daf Akuma.
A V-shaped canopy. Yeah, it's a real Daf Akuma. It's less than 4 amos.
But we don't call it Daf Akuma.
No. Dofen Akuma is where when the schach is puzzle. Here the schach is kosher.
Okay.
It's kosher schach. The problem is that you don't have a roof. That's the problem.
Right. You don't have a roof.
So he was sleeping in a kilas chasanim. Now, if you sleep in a kilas chasanim, if it's considered a roof, then you're in an oel and you're in your sukkah. So he was sleeping there. So obviously he felt that a slanted roof is not considered a roof. I'm like, come on, who do you hold like Rebbe Lezer? Rebbe Lezer says that it's puzzle.
Not a good.
So the Gemara says, Shavak Rabbanim, Avak Rebbe Lezer, you paskin like Rebbe Lezer over Rabbanim, even though you paskin like Chamim. Amalei Brayse Ipchatani. Rebbe Lezer Machshir, Chamim Postim. And the Brayse is the opposite. Rebbe Lezer is the one who's Machshir by Shibuolim, and the Chamim actually passes, so I'm sleeping in a puzzle oel, and therefore I'm in the sukkah. So the Gemara says, he asked him back, Shavak Machlis, Avak Brayse, you left the Mishnah and you did like a Brayse? Amalei Masisin Yechidai. Our Mishnah is not really a consensus opinion among everybody. The Sanya, this is a cost of Min Strip, or some of the Kosel. Rabbi Nassan Omer. Rabbi Nassan is the one who says Rabbi Lezer post on Nisha and Lagav Chom Machshim. So as we see our Mishnah is Rabbi Nassan, the Brisa is really the majority opinion, and that's how we paskin. The Mishnah. Machatzelas Kanim Gedola. Asal the Shchiva Mkabelas Tum Leim Nisachin Ba. Let's see a reed mat. So we talked about mats. You sleep on these mats, or you make them for schach. You have two options. You sleep on them, right? You have your 90 centimeter beds, standard beds here in Israel. 80 centimeter beds. So if it's very big, so asan l'shchiv, if you made it for lying down on it, so it's a bed, mekabelas tuma, it's a bed, and it's kalduma, misachin ba, you can't use it for schach. L'sichach, if you just made a large reed mat to cover your schach, like the ones we have, right, large mats, right, you don't sleep on them. Misachin ba, mekabelas tuma, you can use it for schach because it's not mekabel tuma. Lezer omer, achas tanav, achas dola, whether it's big or small, asan l'shchiva, if you made it for lying down in mekabelas tuma, misachin ba. Like basically a seemingly repetition of what the Chum said. He just adds achas kan and achas dola. We're going to see what the machlokes is in the Gemara. The Gemara says, Hagufa kasha. Amar dasal shchivam kabelas tumi misachin ba. Says in the Mishnah that if you made it for lying on down on it, it's makabel tuma. You don't use it for schach. The reason is because you made it for lying down, for sleeping on it. Hastama. If you just made a mat regular without any kavanas, we assume it's for making schach, and you can use it for schach. If you made it with intent specifically to use it for schach, then you can use it for schach. But if you had no intent, if you had stam intention, so then it would be considered l'shchiva, considered for lying down, and it would be considered mkabel tuma, and you can't use it for schach. So the Gemara says, so what is stama is for what? Is it good or not good? The Gemara says, halakash, kam gdola kan biktan. By a big mat, the ratio of the Mishnah and the Chum is talking about a big mat. A big mat, stama is l'sicha. It's big, you don't sleep on it. So therefore, dafki v'asal l'shchiva, it's mekabel as tuma. The seifa, we have to really add in the words, and if it's a ketana, and he made it for l'sichach mesachim, b'bein mekabel as tuma, it's talking about a ketana. Right? That normally a ketana stama is made for lying down on it. If you made it for schach, then you could use it. So the Gemara says, "Bishlam a little banan lo kasha, el lezer kasha." From lezer it's a kasha. It's not lezer omer. The sefer our Mishnah achas tanav achadola sal shchiva kebelas tuma misachim ba. Time with us sal shchiva stama l'sichach. Again, the same deal we made in Rabbanan. That the stam intention from the ratio of lezer is l'sichach. Ema seif. Amasal l'sichach sachin ba. Avinu kebelas tuma. Time with us sal l'sichach hastama l'shchiva. You see that from the Seif of Rabbi Lezer, then Stam Das is for lying down on it. So what is your Stam Das? This is your Stam Das for lying down on it. And here he says Achatan and Vasadola, so you can't answer like the Rabbanan that Gedola is Stama L'Sichach and Ketana is L'Shchiva. You can't answer that over here in Rabbi Lezer. So we're stuck. So we're gonna have to wait till tomorrow. The answer.
Oh,
can you guess the answer?
No.
Is this too much drama for you?
I think I'll be able to.
You gonna sleep tonight?
I'll look. Maybe I'll peek at the answer. I go to a different Daf Yomi shir. I'm sorry, Rabbi.
I know, Rabbi Goldstein. So what daf is he up to?
He tries to finish. It depends. I don't know. He's up.
The answer is gonna really go into like the middle of
so I don't know if he's gonna make it.
Wait, what does Rabbi Goldstein do? I have to know my competition. What does he do better than me? What does he do better than me? What do I have to improve my game in?
Well, he's a rabbi. He has smicha.
So what does he do better than me? What does he share better than me? What, he finishes the Indian? He goes on to the next summer?
No, I'm saying he has.
How long does it take to give his share?
It takes a while. I mean, he does.
He does it in 24 minutes, like me. With jokes.
No.
No jokes. Does he give any jokes?
No, people. It's a little bit more of a
like
casual,
discussion.
It's a casual. People could bring up a joke or something.
Oh yeah, what kind of jokes do they have there? Sure. What do they joke about? I have to know this stuff. I have to knock them out, knock them off.
Listen to it. You could come one time.
Tell me a joke.
7:30 p.m. in this room every night. 7:30 p.m.
It's like
weekdays.
Spying them out.
Weekdays, not Friday night.
Weaknesses.
And not Shabbos is in the afternoon. Every Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night.
What are the light topics that he talks about?
No, it depends on the daf, on what they're talking about. It talks about there's somebody here who was, about animals. Let's say he was Steve Rappaport.
Yeah.
He knows about animals, and so we'll talk and they talk about
What
animals.
animals did he talk about?
I don't know.
What was he talking about?
I don't know. He
Tell
once
me.
had a
Tell me. Gotta know this stuff. He was talking about rabbits, lions,
rabbits, exactly.
rabbits.
Right,
He had some pet rabbits.
Steve Rappaport.
How many colors do rabbits
Steve
come
Rappaport?
in? I know he is, yeah.
He has a cat that he like basically adopted.
How many colors do rabbits come in?
Rabbits?
Yeah.
No.
You know they come in 3 colors, rabbits?
I
Did you
didn't
know that?
But,
There's white, gray, and
black.
red rabbits.
Black? What do you mean? No black rabbits? What are you talking about? I see all the time black rabbits. What are you talking about?
Maybe there are black ones also. There's red ones. Did you know
Red
that?
ones I never knew
Red
about.
rabbits. Yeah.
Red rabbits. It's paraduma. I didn't know there was
I think gray. Gray really is black. It's the same thing as black.
paraduma, and I guess cows also.
Gray is a shade of black. Did you know that? What color is gray? There's only 7 primary colors. There's only 7 colors. What would you do? All right. They don't joke about the colors. They don't joke about rabbits.
How many crayon colors are? Okay, have a great day.
Shmuel's gone. All right. Bye.